right now.
Plus, right now, experts are saying do not travel if at all possible. But if you absolutely have to, we've got what you need to know to stay safe out on the road. Plus, we spoke with FEMA as the system started moving in about how to be prepared, not just on the roads, but in your home. All that and more starting right now.
From WQOW, this is Eau Claire's own News 18 Daybreak.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Katie Phernetton. Let's go straight to meteorologist Justin Esterly. And we just saw this on one of the DOT cams.
Yep.
53.
And US 12. And they're moving the cameras. We don't have control of this right now. But look.
When speaking of the roads, officials say road conditions played a role in a crash that killed a woman near Eau Claire last night. It happened on I-94 between highways 93 and 37 shortly after 5 p.m. The state patrol says a pickup truck lost control, entered the median and rolled and ended up in the opposite lanes. The adult female driver was thrown from the truck and died later at the hospital. A child in a car seat was still in the vehicle and was not hurt. And these road conditions are certainly keeping tow truck drivers on their toes. Local towing shops have been busy since last week's snowstorm and are bracing for a spike in business once again. The dispatch manager at Big Rig Towing in Eau Claire says the phone has been ringing nonstop, and many of the calls are due to cars sliding off the road and becoming disabled after a crash. Rasmussen adds that car batteries and tires don't do well in these frigid temps, and they have had a lot of calls for flat tires and dead batteries. So checking those tires and keeping a pair of jumper cables handy will help keep their call volume down so they can respond faster to those who are stranded. And if you do go into the ditch, being prepared could be the difference between life and death. So here is what the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, says you need to do now to prepare for an emergency. First, one of the biggest concerns is travel. Travel is not advised at this time, and FEMA recommends postponing holiday travel until Saturday. Now, if you absolutely must travel, here is how to prepare. Make sure your vehicle has a full tank of gas. Don't leave on your trip without a fully charged cell phone and a charging cable. Pack an emergency car kit, which includes jumper cables, a shovel, a snow brush, blankets, food, water, and medication. And plan your route and make sure you know where potential shelter and rest stops are along the way. And lastly, communicate your plans. Make sure someone on both ends of your trip know when you are leaving and when you are expected to arrive. Officials at FEMA also shared a few thoughts on what to do if you end up unable to continue your trip. There are concerns for those who are able to stay home as well. FEMA recommends stocking an emergency kit at home in case of a power outage. A backup generator is a good idea if possible, but FEMA wants to remind you to never use a gas-powered generator indoors because of deadly carbon monoxide fumes, and to make sure you have functioning smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. And Wisconsin's Department of Transportation is asking people to stay off the roads tomorrow. They're predicting the roads won't be passable. But what happens if you can't stay home? Andrew Banstra has the details in today's Wisconsin Watch. Schools are being closed for today, and the school closing list for western Wisconsin is growing. Chippewa Falls, Menominee, and Eau Claire are just some of the dozens that are already closed, and this is the growing list that you can find on our website, WQOW.com. Now, if you do not see your school listed, keep checking back as more are being added. And if you were hoping to use the snow day to snowmobile, you may be out of luck. All Eau Claire County snowmobile trails remain closed at this time. Chippewa County trails are closed as well, but a short trek will get you to some open ones. According to various Facebook groups, Dunn County opened its trails Wednesday at 6. The same is true for Pepin County. St. Croix County snowmobile trails are open as well.
Our own Katie Phernetton attended the press conference. Katie, what have you learned?
Hi, Carly. So both the Eau Claire County Sheriff's Office and the Eau Claire Police Department, who handled the investigation into the unexpected death of Ron Kramer, has confirmed that he did die by suicide on September 13th. Now, police said that just before 2 o'clock that afternoon of September 13th, a 911 call was placed by 2 Eau Claire County employees who were surveying land on the banks of the Eau Claire River in the town of Seymour, which is just outside of Eau Claire, and they found a deceased man that they had recognized as Sheriff Ron Kramer, and a gun was next to him. Police say that morning, Sheriff Ron Kramer went to work. He left early that afternoon, parked in that area, and walked to the riverbank where he was found dead. Now, they told us that stress and anxiety that were both work and health related played a major role in his life, especially in the weeks that led up to his unexpected death. Now, his widow this morning also taking a moment.
We hope you finally remember Ron's loving demeanor, sense of humor, and that you carry those memories with you. We ask at this time that you continue to keep our family and law enforcement in your prayers and provide us with the time and privacy to grieve in peace.
And the Sheriff's Department and the Police Department both emphasizing today that they are committed to the mental health of their officers and committing to providing more resources for them, saying that they will no longer accept the law enforcement stressors as part of their job. Carly.
And ahead of the funeral services, hundreds gathered in Cameron for a visitation. Several local officials were there paying their respects and sharing memories. In fact, Chippewa County Sheriff Travis Hakes told us he knew Emily Breidenbach well and said he didn't hesitate to help when he heard the news last weekend. We also heard from some people living in Cameron who said the tragedy has affected everyone. Here's what one of them had to say.
We just want to show support and give honor and respect to these police officers.
If you would like to support the families of these two officers, donations in honor of Officer Scheel can be sent to the Community Bank of Cameron under the Hunter Scheel Memorial Fund. Donations for Officer Breidenbach are being accepted at Sterling Bank in Chautauqua under the Emily Breidenbach Memorial Fund. You can find all that information and much more about these two officers and the services that were held over the weekend on WQOW.com.
Of that and tell you how much more snow we could get coming up in just 15 minutes.
All right, Justin, thank you so much. Looking forward to that. Let's take a current look at Excel's outage map this morning. Things have changed a little bit since our last check around 6 o'clock. Some places have been getting that power restored, but still thousands across the Chippewa Valley here in Eau Claire and the surrounding areas, Halley, Chippewa, Cadott, Boyd, a lot of these places still seeing those outages. On my way in, lots of power lines were sagging, so there could be even more outages as the morning continues and we get some of that more snow. Excel says the main thing you can do is report the outages by either calling them or using online apps, and you will then receive updates as to when the power could come back on. They also suggest to stay informed and stay away from those down power lines. Build a home emergency kit and keep gas meters clear of snow and make sure your heating system is safe. We have more tips and information on our website. And this morning you can expect it to take a lot longer for roads across Eau Claire County to be cleared because of a manpower shortage. County officials say the highway department is working to fill the open plow driver positions. However, residents should expect to see reductions in service in the meantime. Plow routes on county roads are typically done every 4 hours, but some routes may not see a plow for 8 hours. If there is a significant impact to a specific road, officials will post information to the Eau Claire County website and social media pages. They also encourage you to sign up for the RAVE notification system, which delivers alerts to your email or phone. We do have a link on how you can sign up on WQOW.com. And right now, as you're layering up to head outside to start maybe that round 2 or 3 of your shoveling this morning, the snow that we're seeing is often called heart attack snow. If you push yourself to your limits while removing snow, you can trigger a heart attack. According to Aspirus Health, if you're overweight and out of shape, over the age of 60, or have high blood pressure, diabetes, or a history of heart problems, you are most at risk. Crushing chest pain is one symptom. Also watch out for chest pressure and severe shortness of breath. If these symptoms don't subside after a few minutes, get help. Dr. Daniel Kraus says go slow or ask a neighbor for help so you don't spend the night in the ER. And just as important as getting snow off your sidewalks is getting ice and salt off your car. Now, if you don't do it fast enough, your car could rust.
By the time typically you see rust on the outside of the car, the rust has taken foothold to the point where you're talking about panel replacement to actually fix it proper, actually get the rust gone.
Salt will stick to your car or truck, especially around the wheel wells and undercarriage. Experts recommend you wash your car at least once per week in the winter if you can. And now, with all of that being said about the winter storm, Wisconsin winters do have their good side, and Visit Eau Claire wants you to take advantage and get more out of the winter this year. They are relaunching Winter Mission, which is meant to combat seasonal depression and social isolation. The initiative encourages people to use area winter recreation trails and participate in activities like snowshoeing or ice fishing. If you aren't an outdoor winter activities person, that's okay. Winter Mission isn't seeking only to get people outdoors, just out of your doors. Winter walks are my favorite walks. There is a gear sharing page that will connect you with equipment to try something new for free and a full list of events online. You can head to our website for more details.
You guys, if you and the kiddos are fans of dinos, look at this. You are not going to want to miss what's happening in the Chippewa Valley Expo Center this weekend. It is Jurassic Quest, and we have one of the dinosaurs with us this morning.
Yes.
And the trainers, Brainy, Beth, and Gertie, are here this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you so much for having us, Katie.
Yeah, so let's talk about the experience, what it's going to be like this weekend.
Oh my gosh, so Jurassic Quest is the North America's actually largest and most time-expansive dinosaur exhibit.
Yeah.
We have over 165 million years worth of accurate, paleontology-friendly dinosaurs moving and roaring as they would have, or as they think that they would have, in their respective environments throughout the Mesozoic era.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And I'm loving this little guy. Don't bite.
He's getting a little friendly.
Yes. Hello. Be
Yes,
gentle.
there you
Yes.
go.
So Gertie, tell us about this baby dino we got here
Well,
this
her
morning.
name is Tina.
Hi,
I think
Tina.
it's pretty clear she's a T-Rex,
Yeah.
you know. But she is 6 weeks old, so she's still very curious.
Oh, okay.
She does like to meet
Yeah.
new people, but as you saw, she doesn't really quite know the difference between fingers and chicken tenders quite yet.
That's the same with a 6-month-old child, too.
Exactly. Yes.
So she's actually one of 4 baby dinosaurs you can meet at one of our locations, and one of 3 at other locations across North America as well. So you can actually get a photo with one of these guys and even pet them while you're at Jurassic Quest.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. So it opens today.
Yes.
Okay. So how can people go and see you guys? Like, what's that? Because the tickets are timed.
Yes, and we do sell out very, very quickly. So you're going to want to make sure to get those tickets and go to JurassicQuest.com before we migrate to our next destination.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, they got to migrate. So we have some information here. It's at the Chippewa Valley Expo Center today from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now tickets start at $19. Again, you can go online to go and see those. Look at Tina. She's having a good time this morning.
She's living her best life for sure.
Yes, and we've been seeing some of the previews of it, and there's just, like you said, so many different types. What is your favorite?
Oh, yes. So I have a lot of favorite dinosaurs. And Jurassic Quest is actually really thrilled to teach everybody about our favorite dinosaurs. So we pride ourselves on education at Jurassic Quest. There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
As you go through the different time periods, you can actually take part in an interactive scavenger hunt called The Quest. You can even train one of our Utah raptors. So I kind of have to say that our Utah raptors are our favorite, right? Because otherwise they might get a little cranky.
If they hear this interview, they'll be upset.
So,
and yeah, I'm sure yours is Tina.
I mean, she's
like
the
baby.
sweetest.
Yeah.
She's, Beth here is more bonded with Tina, but I do love her as well.
Tina, ladies, thank you for joining us this morning. You have a good weekend, and
hey, watch those things, Tina. Okay.
You be nice to the people of the Chippewa Valley. We have more information on our website, WQOW.com.